Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I told you guys I was going to be doing more videos and here we are with another video. I am really hoping to continue doing this. I love filming. Just sometimes I don't have enough time to do that. So in regards to watching my daughter, initially I wanted to have my black scaleras in, but I don't like to really subject my child too much to the really scary looks that I do. Every single look that she has seen me in, she laughs at, which is really weird, but also I'm okay with it because she's my daughter and she's gonna be subjected to these kinds of things. But I just don't like to, if I can help it, I don't want to try and traumatize the child. So that is my my vision for this look is for having black scaleras in. The picture that you will see on Instagram and probably my thumbnail picture too, which you will already know by now, I will be editing my eyes to be black. So you will see the full effect, but I just apologize for in the video that I'm just not able to have the contacts in. But other than that, keep watching if you want to see how I created this grungy Scarecrow look. I really like it. I really like how it turned out. I really like this style. I have done a skeleton look like this before. You can see that on my Instagram. That was probably a couple of years ago. But without further ado, let's get into it.
I already did my brows off camera, but I used the NYX Tape and Frame Pomade in shade Black. And for an eyeshadow base, I used the Tarte Shape Tape and applied that to both of my lids. I then went in with the Saharan by Juvia's Place palette in shade Chad and applied that to the outside corners of my eyes and also along my crease. I wanted to go for a cut crease, even though I don't really know shit about beauty makeup, but I went in with my concealer again and cut out my crease, I guess you'd say? I don't know. You can see what I'm doing here. I used the shade Jamila from the same palette and went over the white part of my eye. I used a liquid liner on my eyes off camera and then went in with some primer. Here I am using Makeup Academy Mattifying Primer. This is the first time using it and it makes my face really soft, so far I like it. And then I am taking 2 shades of Fenty Beauty foundation and applying that all over my face. I actually don't really like this foundation. It doesn't really work well for me, so please recommend me some good ones. And then I went back in with the concealer and did my T-zone. I went in with the black eyeshadow underneath my eyes, focusing more in the middle, and then with the orange shade, I did the outside and inside of my eyes as well. Now to get into what we're all here for, finally. I used a black cream paint, or you could even use a liquid liner if you're made of money, which, spoiler, I definitely am not, surprised, right? But I used the cream paint to make squiggly lines like so. It's really hard to explain, so just watch instead. I will say though that if you are making this type of effect, definitely use a light hand. If it looks like I'm picking my nose, odds are I might be because you can't see shit anyways, but what I will tell you is that I am applying that orange shade on the tip of my nose. And then I'm using that black cream paint again and carving out my nose. I am just taking that concealer again and applying that in the middle of the nose. Using that orange shade again, I applied that all over my lips and around my lips as well. And then just pretend that that mouth is not there. I just wanted to show you that I am doing little patches around my eye. I was not happy with the mouth that I had here, so just ignore that and we will draw on a new one in a second. And then I just went back over that black line with that orange shade. Okay, so now onto the mouth. So I used the cream paint to sketch out where I wanted the mouth to be. If you mess up on the smile as much as I do, then I'll give you a little tidbit. Follow the line of your bottom lip and just extend upwards and out. And then for the color on the lip, I just used the cream paint in the middle of my lips. And here I am just sketching out where I want the lines to be on my mouth. I like to use cream paints the best for this because if I were to mess up, well, it's just a lot easier to wipe off. And honestly, it's completely fine to mess up with this look because it is a grunge look after all. And so again, just use a light hand when you're drawing your lines. My brush is barely touching my skin. And I'm also slightly moving my brush side to side in a squiggly motion. And I probably don't need to explain this part, but I am just going over my black lines with that orange shade. I then started to draw the patch on the other eye. I did not want them to be symmetrical. I thought it would have more of a cooler look, I guess, if they were uneven. Just for some more color on my face, I used that orange shade, but it was a bit too pigmented for my liking, so I went over it with my beauty blender. I received these lashes in PR. They are Spooky Lashes in style Wicked Bitch. I used a stipple brush with some orange body paint and splattered that all over my face. And here's where your creativity comes in. I basically continued my lines that I had already drawn upwards and downwards even more, and even connected some lines to the patches on my eyes. So now I'm taking the Saharan 2 palette in shade Taza and using that on my neck and eventually my collarbones and tops of my shoulders. And then I'm using that cream paint to create those lines again on my neck and on my shoulders. So here I'm using a really watered down black body paint to create some dripping effects. And then I just splattered some black body paint on my neck and my shoulders as well. So I am using one of my favorite wigs ever from Star Style Wigs. I will link their website in my bio, and I also put on my black witchy hat that I had purchased from Target. Another thing sent to me in PR were these fake nails from Salon Perfect. I used to wear these all the time, but kind of had forgotten they existed, so I was really happy receiving these. They're perfect for me because I don't like the commitment of going to a salon and getting my nails filled. I also just did some black streaks on my hands, and that is it for this look. If you recreate this or any of my other looks, I would really love to see it, so please tag me on Instagram. And whoa, hi, speaking of Instagram, you should definitely go give your girl a follow if you're not already. I have a lot of things up my sleeve for the rest of this year, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.